Hello, I'm Paul. I'm at Castle Cameras in Bournemouth and Salisbury selling the Syrp slider Genie and Genie Mini combination. This is great for anybody who wants to film a video scene where the slider is actually being used like this, with a sort of B-cam position where the camera is moving alongside your subject, or more commonly this device is used for time-lapse. Time-lapse, those scenes that you see in wildlife documentaries, natural history films, where the weather is changing and the landscape is evolving through the different seasons. Fantastic for that. It's a very simplified setup. You have a slider. This could be anybody's slider. You might already have a slider, in which case you just tether off the rope at either end on the Velcro attachments to the slider that you already have, or there is the Syrp Magic Carpet available in 80cm or 160cm lengths. That's this device here. It can work horizontally as we're showing it, or it will work on an incline or even vertical. It simply pulls itself along the slider with the rope. This is its guide. The motor inside here is rotating the canister that is sat underneath it, and it pulls itself from either end. Good for about 4 or 5 kilos worth of equipment. So you need to work out the combination of your camera and lenses that you're going to be using for this kind of setup. Now, as you see it here travelling along, this is in what's called video mode with bounce back, where it will infinitely, as long as the battery lasts, continue to travel itself along the slider, one end to the other. Great in a video setup where you're using it as a B camera. You program the device through the screen here on the front. If you were doing it for time-lapse, you'll tell it the length of distance that it has to travel, you'll tell it the time over which you want it to travel, and it will then work out the incremental steps to be able to get from position A to position B, and the duration over which it needs to do it, so it figures out how often and how much it needs to move between the two. Now, on top of the device here you see is the Genie Mini. Now this is the new sibling product to the Genie. This does rotation, and the two will talk to each other. So if you want to slide along the slider and rotate the camera at the same time, you can do. And these two will work in tandem to each other. However, if I just stop the device here for the time being, if I take this off, disconnect the sync cable and then unscrew the Genie Mini like this, you can then connect this to a monopod. Alright? Put it on a monopod or a tripod for that matter, and then this will do rotational movement like this up to 720 degrees, that's twice a full circle, and then enable you to do that in motion, so you record a video as such, or incrementally in time-lapse over the period of time that you want to do it. So this works by itself, this works by itself, or they work together in tandem. The Genie Mini is controlled by an app, suitable for iOS with the iPad or the iPhone, or Android with mobile phones and tablets as well. So you control all of the settings and all of the parameters over Bluetooth. Now the great thing here is that once you've transferred and made the settings from the app, you can turn the phone off, move away, leave it alone. It's good for about 2 days worth of battery power on the Genie Mini alone. Just make sure it's nice and secure, and or you're at local close hand to be able to get back to it. So that's controlled by Bluetooth from an app. This is controlled by itself within the menu system that you see here. The one really cool accessory that's great to combine with the Syrp system is the two ND filters. These control light values in a varying amount by up to 8 stops. That's a vast amount of difference between lightest and darkest. The reason you need this is because if you're doing your time-lapse over a period of time, the light levels will change, particularly if you're towards the beginning or the end of the day, so you want to see the transition from daylight to evening light to night time. So with this you would start off with a fixed exposure, fixed whites balance as well, And if it was, say, the evening time, so you're going from the afternoon through the evening, twilight, into nighttime darkness, you will progressively open this up and let more light in. So the exposure value actually remains the same, but you're controlling the amount of light transmission through an ND variable filter. These are available in different sizes with stepping rings. Always look to the largest lens that you've got in your kit bag, and then take that diameter, buy the filter for that size, and then you've got stepping rings down to the other sides. That way you won't get vignetting, where you get those darkened corners in your shot. So they're the two Syrp ND variable filters. So that is the Genie full size, the Genie Mini, and the Magic Carpet slider. And you can use this with any slider, don't forget. Just simply tether off at either end the rope with the two Velcro attachments that come with it. And that is a quick overview of the Syrp Genie system.